Wouldn't matter how good the female infantryman was, over time you are likely to suffer more female casualties than male casualties.
Okay. I think you've got a very low opinion of women.
I'd just like to hear whether Matina agrees with that logic, and then we'll move on.
I think it goes back to if they've got the skills to pass those testing standards, then in principle I support women being in those roles. They've got to have those physical skills, the same as the men. Not all men pass these tests because they're very high standards, and not, there'll be a small percentage of women that could.
I agree entirely, but there's one minor problem, and that is simply that the weight of public expectation and the professionalism of our female soldiers may require them to volunteer for these jobs where they're killed disproportionately. And I keep saying to the radical feminists, how is that equitable? If you are going to kill women in greater numbers than men, how is that fair to the women?
What proof do you have that they'll be killed more often than men if you're going to keep asserting that? I mean, that's crap. You're just making an assertion.
Okay, there's a simple... If I could get a word in edgeways...
If you could keep it brief, because...
Well, it's quite simple, right? We all accept that all our top NRL and AFL teams are all filled entirely by men. Yet no one bats an eyelid about that. Well, the battlefield's a lot more dangerous than the sporting field either. And if you accept that our top-grade sports teams are all men, and you accept that mixed-gender teams like netball have rules about how many men you can have in the team, why is the battlefield, which is lethal, somehow different? How
it's not sport.
History?
It is not sport, and we actually have to recognise
all right.
Exactly, it's war, and war kills people.
I think we're agreed if women played NRL, they'd get killed more often.